We decided to go back to Sargasso, where we discussed with Rosemary about the staff and our findings on Slove, and then we decided to go back to Sirius Station. We got some free upgrades because we decided to make a deal with the devil.
And so we begin our heroes in hell. Okay, it's the beginning of day 2. You have 2 days before your ship's upgrades were going to be completed, which is astronomically speedy in terms of ship repairs. You are waking up early in the morning. I like to think that you 3 all have separate rooms at this point because, let's just say, I mean, VIP is what we're kind of talking at this point. And the quote-unquote sun is shining on your section of the ring. You look out the window and you see Sargasso, big and beautiful, taking up a quarter of the entire night sky, which is permanent where you guys are. But there's plenty of sunlight being beamed down to you from both the actual sun and a tower that rises up into the sky towards the center of your particular ring and just straight up shoots it like a spotlight down on top of you.
Also known as Aurelio.
Aurelio, the light of your life, the sunshine that guides you. We're going to start with you. You wake up. Your mud puppies are hungry. They're screaming.
I feed them. Stop screaming, children.
They seem
It will
satisfied.
all be over soon.
I hope not.
Abram, we move to you.
Abram.
Yes, Abram.
Yeah, he wakes up and I don't know, he does morning stuff. Just puts
Well
clothes
said.
on,
Next.
I guess. Maybe.
God. Nyx, she wakes up and she immediately starts for the library.
Bam. All right, now here's how this is going to go, because I don't want it to be too esoteric and just waste you guys' times. You've got basically 14 hours worth of free time here. You got downtime, and that doesn't mean that it's just going to go to waste. If you want, you can just say, oh, I spend forever sitting in my bed just reading books, whatever you want to do, that's fine. But if you choose to like go out and do something, there might be some kind of bonus in it for you guys. Nyx seems to know what she's going to do, so I'm going to follow her first. Whatever you guys want to do, whether it's interact with NPCs or like say you spent the time training or whatever, we can talk about what the possible benefits might be. Nothing big, no free levels or anything. But we'll take it all in turn, and I'm going to start first with Nyx. What are you looking for in the library? I think that you head down the way, leave the barracks, you probably head to like more of a local library rather than like a special office. Is that your plan, or?
If I can't find anything that I'm looking for in the public library, I'll try and reach the actual, like, secret stuff.
Right, the Black Library.
And she goes up and she asks if there are, archives. The archives.
Excuse me, but can I see your library card?
Oh my god.
Having fun isn't hard. Why do you have a library card?
Nyx, like, takes a second and thinks, did I ever sign up for a library card? And she goes through her wallet and she cannot find one. She says, I don't have one.
Just say you are the police.
Would you like one? The man is like 8 feet tall, long and spindly, pulled back hair like a black widow's peak.
Oh.
Okay.
Cute.
He stands up from behind his desk and he's like 8 feet tall and his legs are unnaturally long, and he takes you and seats you in a back room. Smile.
She does.
It's too late, the picture's already taken.
Oh.
Just roll a d20 for me. He gives you a quickly printed out laminated library card that has a picture of your face upon it, as well as Sirius Station markings and the library.
I die.
And that photo, ooh, your hair doesn't look too good.
I mean, it's half shaved, so.
Yeah, but it's like got some cowlicks and like, is that a zit? Too late. Don't have time for it. You walk back outside. You're free to roam the library. What are you looking for?
I want to know about the previous owners of my lovely new staff.
I think that this is exactly what the history skill is meant to be used for. So if you can do me a favor and roll that up for me, you take a perusal down all the different books. You notice that this is mostly more like a digital library, but there are some more contemporarily bound parchments and some scrolls and like some really old things. The farther back you go, the older the architecture becomes. So it seems like they just literally built up. With new stuff just replacing the old, being built right on top of the other, like layers, like an onion or a delicious cheesecake with water on the bottom. Eventually, you do find what you look for, what you are looking for, an old history book, like thick tome. That's just this some kind of documentation on a war of some kind. But I would like to take a moment to say, Abram and Aurelio, have you thought about what you might want to do today?
Abram. Today's the day.
Okay.
Today's
No,
I'm so scared.
I think we're gonna follow Abram then for a moment.
Sure.
You get up and maybe you have to go, I don't know. Do you shower, Abram?
Yes.
Okay. Well then I guess we're gonna start off in like the locker room or whatever. Sorry, communal bathrooms, but you're hanging out there and I guess this is Jonathan Stanlow. Relationship to Merwin the Ram, perhaps a son, perhaps a grandson. You're not quite certain. He's got his dark features and dark red hair. And he says, "Oh, good morning, Abram."
Good morning.
That doesn't sound like a very energized face to me.
That's just how I look.
Oh. Never mind then. Toothpaste is on the left.
He gets it, and he's like, and I don't know, he's probably like in a tank top and like his pajama pants for now, apparently.
I see. Understood.
Yeah, sure.
Well, in that case... Ooh. Oh, Abram. That's a sweet tattoo you got there on your ankle.
Thanks.
Does it, like, mean something in a language or something? It looks like a... kind of looks like a barcode.
Sure, you could say that. What about those markings on your face?
Oh, yeah, these... I just kind of wanted to get something in remembrance of where I came from, you know? I hope it doesn't look too cheesy, but I mean... Hey, it's what my dad did and what his dad did, so I figured at least I'd carry on that. Just, you know... Big fight. Didn't want to keep it... I didn't want to have a... falling out with my culture as well as my dad.
Well, it's best to do what you would like to do.
I'll see you around. Yeah. And he walks out. Abram, I think it takes you...
Abram sighs and brushes his teeth.
takes you seconds to brush your teeth. You're so clean and efficient. Where's the goal? Where are you going? Where's the destination? Set that waypoint marker on the map and we'll just walk you there.
What? You know where I want to go. I have important business to take care of.
All right. We're going to... Ooh, sorry, I just had an encoder error for a second, but it seems like we're doing fine. You're going to head out looking for Captain Azira. Okay. You find him at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be in another waiting room. And in this point, this part of the wing is like rehabilitation. Rehab, and he's just hanging out in the waiting room. Once again, stern. Rock iron. Posture fixed, like a pole is up his ass and his arms are crossed.
My favorite. Azura. Captain Azura.
He just looks at you and kind of like acknowledges your presence with a...
I was gonna say
quick
that, so he didn't
nod.
say anything. Did you sleep or did you stand here all night?
He doesn't answer that question.
Is he looking into the room where presumably...
No, he seemed to just be kind of sitting in the chair, staring off at nothing.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Can
Is
I
she
help you?
recovering all right?
Yes, she's doing perfectly fine. She'll be finished within the week, most likely. Did you need anything, Abram?
Oh, let me see. I'm assuming we're leaving today.
As long as the repairs are finished by the end of the night, then yes, we'll be leaving today. The Freeman Association works quick.
Well, I had a question to ask you about something that perhaps a man of your position may know.
Very well. I suppose I have time.
And nobody else is around here, right?
Roll perception.
Sure. Who do I have to kill? 9.
Yeah, you are just alone in this room. You hear people like down the hall, like doctors like moving about, nurses doing things. No one seems to be paying you any mind.
Good enough. Well, Abram, he doesn't sit down. He just kind of he's standing next to Azura as much as he can, but he's like facing the same way, so they're not even really looking at each other. He just says, oh, "Fuck my throat."
She coughed so hard the audio just died.
Eh,
Hello? Yeah, you're good to go.
Hello? Oh my god.
Hello?
Sorry. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Do you know anything about ISF Black Ops?
Unfortunately, no. Nothing besides what I've heard from rumors.
What are these rumors?
Well, they're quite efficient, if nobody knows exactly what they do. Superb pilots, that's all I know. Seems to have a special program specifically designed for training people to pilot those machines.
He sits down and he kind of props his left foot on his knee. I see.
Since the war ended about 15 years back, if it's been that long, they've just been steadily increasing their efforts towards secrecy. I can't say I blame them, but it's made it difficult to keep things open, knowledgeable. Our information is dwindling fast.
From what I understand, many within the ISF itself would feel the same.
Everybody always wants to know more about their enemies. Potential enemies.
Well,
We're at peace, of course. Everyone would tell you that.
since I've signed on with Lunaris, I believe I can disclose something in the interest of transparency, if nothing else.
He
You could
raises
tell
an eyebrow.
her, but I have a feeling you wouldn't, for one reason or another. And he's like, he moves up his pants leg a little bit, and
Before you do that,
yes,
please roll persuasion.
persuasion. I will persuade you to look at this. Oh, I have shitty persuasion. 13.
Okay. That's a number.
It is a number.
What do you do, Abram?
He unclasps a little stainless steel thing from a bandage around his ankle, and he shows off that tattoo that Jonathan had noticed earlier.
And he is going to roll something. He says, just staring at it. You don't seem to see any kind of emotional change on his face.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then he remains staring straight ahead at basically a white brick wall.
Abram nods and
Put that thing away.
this tattoo was given to me when I was born, around then. Maybe not as soon as I was born. From, I don't know if you'd call them parents. As I said, this is for transparency. I have not all of the details. Of course, they didn't tell us everything. All I know is what I was doing on my missions, my orders, people around me, what I've inferred since realizing that it has to be ISF. The Black Ops program I was trying to ask you about.
Roll insight.
And so I quit making me pull up my sheet. What is this?
It's, oh god, it's like a
Can't,
playing
what
Dungeons
is
and
this,
Dragons.
Dandy? Critical fail.
Ooh. Okay. He seems to be almost like just motion, like you could like trying to read a marble statue.
That's fine. Abram's probably not even looking at him.
What a crude way to become a soldier. Never even gave you the choice to follow this path.
No, I suppose not.
Even though you got a 3, I'm gonna give this to you anyway. He seems almost disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, I don't know everything, but I did have a choice of sorts. And that's why I'm here now.
I see. I respect that you've come all this way to throw your lot in with us. With me. I don't suppose you have anything else that might benefit us in our search. We are not at war, but I sense a conflict arising between Lunaris and the ISF, especially if we are both out for the same things. Abram, I would prefer if you, well, I suppose, filled out a report.
A report?
If you prefer.
He looks slightly on edge now.
Just for myself, but you're telling me that you were once a soldier, a professional, a warrior for one of the other sides. And once again I stress that we are not enemies, and I don't want you to feel threatened. I wish to know more about you, Abram. I hope you can understand that.
Well, I suppose that's why I showed you in the first place.
What was it like?
It felt normal for a while. That was just the way it was supposed to be.
What sort of things did you have to do?
Inside or outside.
Either. Whatever you feel comfortable with sharing.
Well, as I said, it was normal. You woke up, you took care of yourself, you had your siblings around you, you ate, you trained, you watched things, you underwent small procedures, maybe some not so small. They watched you.
You stand mirroring each other's stances and postures and expressions, both just dry and blank and staring on at a wall in a dead silent room with no other people around. But you perhaps feel a little bit more comfortable? He doesn't seem to be recoiling in any way, shape, or form.
And I can assume you would guess what we did on the outside.
I'm certain I can put together the pieces myself. I am sorry, Abram. And here I thought you chose the path of a warrior. Had I known that you were forced upon it from the beginning, well, I respect those who choose it, but I wouldn't wish it upon anyone.
Well, as I said, I chose to leave, and yet here I am. I could have stayed away from those two.
You find this path easiest? Fighting?
He looks down and doesn't answer.
And with that, we move back to Nyx. Or Aurelia, if Aurelia knows what he wants to do now.
You may go to Nyx.
Understood.
Scared.
The mud puppies swarm him.
No.
Nyx, you're sitting behind pile after pile of books mountains high. You've stacked a mountain range of these tomes and history books, and you found only a few references to your staff, but you're starting to get this general inclination that there was something bad that happened to Lunaris before you were born, before your father was born, generations after generations. The modern era began. Humanity began. People became peaceful. People became softer, quainter, kinder. But it wasn't perfect. Starlight was a corporation, and it wanted money, resources, power. They found Sargasso, but people were already there. And they decided that, well, people are a resource. People can be goods. However, not everyone agreed with the exploitive nature of Starlight and rebelled. A company war broke out, and when I say a company, I don't mean just like a split or a merger. Starlight was a nation of ships and stations. It was violent, and you see your staff. It's in the hands of the Starlight CEO. The enemy. And then her advisor, her closest friend, you see here there with purple hair and a dark purple robe, betrayed her. And she took the staff with her when she fled. It was a coup, or an assassination even. And after that, the staff just became another tool in the arsenal of the old practicants, moving from master to apprentice. This advisor was a more religious sort who believed in the old gods, and the staff became a tool for them rather than a tool for this oppressive government-like body. A rebellion turned the staff from a sign of power and authority and turned it into a sign of rebellion. Over time, it became Master Tarragon's, and then I suppose it was once planned to become Rosemary's, but unfortunately things happened. And now you've intercepted it yourself. It's caused a great many people a great lot of torment, but it's also been the tool that was used to free many people and help establish Lunaris as what you know today, who, well, I mean, yeah, maybe they're assholes, but they try their hardest. Nyx, you've said nothing, and that's a terrifying prospect.
Sorry, I forgot I muted myself. Nyx is rubbing her temples, just kind of reading passages over and over. And she finally closes the book and then kind of looks at the folded up staff that she's placed on the table. You have a dark history, my friend. She's quiet enough that she's not really disturbing anybody.
We'll fucking see about that. Roll stealth.
Great. Great, I'm gonna scream. No, 13.
Failure. The man with the dark widow's peak is right behind you and goes, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. May I ask what you're reading about?
History. And she kind of grabs the staff and puts it back on her hip.
He watches you do that, and instead his long, spindly fingers reach out and grab one of the textbooks that you've been reading, and he opens it up to the same page that you were on, and you see his eyes, like, just stay perfectly still for a second, and then he turns the page, and then he turns another page, and then he turns another page, and then he closes the book. Interesting. History is always an important subject for the youth to learn.
Well, it does have a tendency to repeat itself.
Indeed. Best to learn from it if you're going to avoid things most foul. Have you learned what you need, miss?
I think so.
It was a dark time. I recommend that you learn very well.
Understood.
Excellent. If you need anything else, feel free to ring the bell on the desk.
Thanks.
Please enjoy your stay on Suez Station, and, please use that thing to do us proud. And then he glides away, his robes hiding his form.
She kind of shudders a little bit and just starts to put back her books.
Where to next?
She is gonna go to the to a shooting range.
Understood. Aurelio, how you feeling, buddy? How you doing? You crunchy? You warm?
My mute was on.
Everybody getting too complacent. I could jump to you at any time.
Hey, Aurelio wants to go, and he's kind of taking this time as actual vacation time because he's tired. He tired. He's tired, and he's like I feel like for a good vacation to be like, I'm not gonna bulk up, but he's gonna try to help out his constitution. If that makes sense. Like he's gonna do like stamina training.
Okay, so he's gonna start by running around the entire Cirrus ring.
Yeah.
Okay. If he starts heading
he's
north
doing
now.
stamina stuff.
Yeah, okay. If he's oh man. Okay.
He wants
all right.
to bring up his endurance. He's
Right.
like, I need to be able to
Right.
I need to be able to fight for longer.
What's your constitution right now?
+1.
That's pretty fucking good.
Right, but he's a weak boy. He's a weak boy. He can't do strength. He can't do none of that stuff. But he's like, I can constitute.
Tell me.
I'm constituted.
Paint me a word picture of this Rocky montage. That's
it's
happening.
It's pretty
and,
sick.
Okay,
right?
wait. Before we get any farther, I just want to warn you. This is your day. If there's any NPCs that you wanted to talk to, you got to let me know ahead of time because I'm just assuming that you do this from like morning to night.
He's gonna run into Jonathan on his run and tell him that his dad loves him, and show him the letter. That's it. That's all. That's the only important NPC thing. But he's what he's doing is he's gonna take his his giant sledgehammer that weighs like 30 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever.
Go on.
He's gonna take that and he's gonna hold it in his hands
Okay.
while he runs, and he's gonna do like lifts with it to like really get his heart pumping.
Whoa.
And then while he's doing that, he's gonna 5 minutes he'll do like a jog, and then 1 minute sprint, and then 5 minute jog, and then 5 minute walk with it. And when he's doing the walks, he's gonna do walking squats, right? So it's like walk lunges. He's going ham. So it's
Fucking
this really tiny man.
CrossFit Aurelio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Training.
All right. You know what? Fine. Yeah, you do this all day. All morning, you're just running. Nix, you're reading over your books, and you look outside, and you see him, that Superman, as he's running, lunging, lifting, and power bombing
At the
his
same
weapons all
time.
at the same time. And frankly, I'm gonna make him roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's fine.
Oh
God. That's saving throw?
You're not allowed to mute your laughs. We need to have like a live studio audience to prove that we're funny. Yeah, saving throw.
I'm gonna
I
choke.
can't wait.
What the fuck?
All right, so he's just going for it. He's just going
9.
ham, and you
I
watch
might
him.
have tripped.
He just trips and drops everything, and then you just see him like lean down on his knees and just go.
He's
Can I have like a
dying.
mud puppy mascot? Like, can he be wearing? Can the mud puppy be wearing a bandana,
The mud
like
puppies,
falling around?
Mud puppies are way more athletically inclined than you. They're just like racing up behind you, and like you're following them at this point. You've fallen behind, and like then you like swipe the breath, like the sweat from your brow, and like you catch your breath, and then you start lifting everything up again. And more impressive is not watching you do a feat of incredible things, Aurelio. What's more impressive is watching you fall down and get back up.
Wow, inspiring.
And then you
Do mud
continue
puppies
on.
cry?
No, but I do a little bit.
Okay, good, good.
Aurelio never gives up.
And you keep running, and you are going up because it's the inside of a circle. So as you run forward, it's always just nowhere to go but up.
Oh god.
Oh yeah,
Eternally uphill.
it's always uphill.
And then
Oh,
we'll get.
so
I guess
symbolic.
we'll get back to you. You see, you pass by Abram, and Abram just like walks, like sees you as you just run down the streets of Cirrus, which also has like a real city. And this is Abram on his way to the hospital, presumably. And you are covered in sweat. You're drenched. You got some swamp ass going on. Abram, he looks like he's gonna die. But you let him go.
I do.
Because he's a man
He
on
has,
a mission.
Exactly. He has a mission, and I respect that.
He's so mad.
You watch Aurelio as he disappears. Not under the horizon. Like you see him go up, and he just goes so far out of sight that the clouds eventually envelop
He
him.
Oh my
disappears from his
god,
gaze.
so-
He dies.
See his face, cowboy.
God.
Disappears into the clouds.
And Abram, we're gonna the camera stays on Abram, and then it just like does that fast forward squeaky thing, and now we're right back to where you left off with Captain Azura. What do you do?
Oh, I don't even know anymore. I'm emotional. I don't know. Wait, yes I do. About that report you required. What would I need to write?
Well, personally, I'd like to know what we could be dealing with. How many more of you are there? What is your training? I wondered how you bested me the other day.
He thinks about the sword that he used to assist in that endeavor.
Oh, don't worry, he didn't forget.
I was gonna say, don't worry, I got this. Well, there may be some other related things that may not be required to be in the report, but I will inform you of later.
He raises an eyebrow. You're a very storied man, Abram.
He shrugs like, what are you gonna do?
I am not... I would like to say I'm surprised, but... The whole sector, the past week has proven that it's a much larger place than I at first experienced before. Things are changing, Abram. Things are being revealed, and things are revealing themselves. I'm glad to have you on my side during it. Tell me what you feel you must. I won't pry.
Hmm.
It is my job.
Wait, tell me about your job.
It is my job to take care of my soldiers, and I'm counting you among that number.
Abram finally, kind of looks over at him. He moans. Abram kind of nods. Well, regarding my origins, that was one thing that I wish to tell you in case you perhaps found out another way. I wouldn't want you to consider me a spy. I have nothing to do with them anymore. Although, I must admit the way I left was not permitted.
You're a fugitive, then.
Yes, well, I don't know if they know where I am. Would they claim Lunaris is housing something of a fugitive? I'm not sure. Perhaps they could write it as I've stolen ISF property myself. But so long as they do not find out, there should be no issue for Lunaris.
Understood. I think that you'll be safe here. No war has ever come to Sargasso or Lunaris.
Oh, that's like some fucking like foreshadowing death flag shit.
Abram, I'm not a fanfic.
You're about to be.
I'm writing it as we speak.
Oh no.
How horrifying. But okay, he really does. This is like out of character. He really does. He will tell him about the pirate stuff, but I don't want to like launch into another thing. They could do it later in private.
I think I understand.
Whatever.
I think that what we're gonna do is this is the rest of your day, and we're gonna
Yeah,
just
he's
talk
just telling
about.
him
You don't have
everything,
to
basically.
everything. Is there anything that you don't tell him? That's usually the more useful thing as a GM to know.
Well,
is what do
go
you
to
not
like
tell
someone
him?
else's turn, and I'll make sure
Okay.
I got my shit straight
That's
for what I
fine.
don't tell him.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're good on that front. Good job. We're gonna go back to Nyx.
Yeah. Also, he does write that report. I don't know what it is, but he probably does it for him.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a private letter.
Yeah.
Nyx, you're back in the library. You're free to do whatever you want for the rest of the day.
She's gonna go to the training area / range.
And what does she do?
She is going
Get
to shoot the motherfucking target like her life depends on it.
She's gonna shoot the
Roll.
motherfucking target.
Roll an attack action with your new crossbow.
Yay. 12.
You miss it.
He
You
gets
can do it.
frustrated and kicks the stall and hurts her foot.
You want some help there, Nyx? Says Jonathan Stanlaw, who is
She
also on
turns-
the range.
She turns and she's like hopping on one foot.
Uh-huh.
I'm good.
You look at
Just getting out anger is all.
well, I mean, back out on the farm, me and the Pops used to use crossbows all the time to take out some muskrats, so I mean, if you really wanted some help, I can definitely help you.
She holds up her arm, which has the crossbow part still out. Use anything similar to this?
He looks at you, and then his eyes narrow, and then he cracks his knuckles.
Oh no!
And then we fade to black. We hard cut to later that night. Aurelio is just panting out in front of the barracks building. And
He's
then
dead.
he slowly just keels over forward until he lands on his face, and then a mud puppy comes and sits on top of him.
Oh.
And he's
Now
just
I
a
want
Aurelio.
puddle of his own sweat. And then everything
they're
Perfect for the mud puppy.
everything is silent. It's all quiet. Shh.
Oh, he died.
And then his hand thrusts forward and grasps at the grass just on the side of the road, and he pulls himself up, and then his other hand comes out from underneath him and pushes up off the ground, and he struggles and he falls, but then he pushes himself again.
Yes.
The weight of the mud puppy is like the world on his shoulders, and now he's on his knees and on the bottoms of his feet, and then he stands, and his arms are held high. He's won. He's done it. He has run the circumference of Cirrus Station
With a sledgehammer.
with a sledgehammer while doing squats, while doing pull-up, push-up, somersaults.
Mud puppy push-ups.
And with that, he gets a +1 athletics.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is the greatest gift of all. Now I have -1.
Yay!
It's because you never gave up, Aurelia.
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, he'll only give me strength. I mean, he'll only give me, like, you know, constitution or something, which is fine. And then, strength. I'm the strong man now.
You have the highest constitution in the party, so it kind of felt a little weird to give you more.
No, damn, dude. Now I only have -1 strength, which means I don't suck as much.
That's a 5%
spirit.
increase in not sucking. Nix, you look outside and you see Aurelio wringing his fists in victory. What do you do?
Join me next.
It's been about 3 hours. You are looking out the window of the firing range, and Jonathan Stanlow has been standing beside you for the past 3 hours as you've been teaching each other about like weapons and firearms. And I don't think that you were proficient in crossbows, but now you are. Roll again. And you hit it.
She leaps up and just, in excitement, just shouts.
And Jonathan in the background is clapping for you.
Just... Ugh.
Well said. Well said, Nix. I'm very proud of you. Hey, is that Aurelio outside?
She looks...
Yeah, that's him, alright.
She kind of, like, gives them a thumbs up.
I think he's dying.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's fine.
Right. Okay. Well, I think we're done here. We should probably get dinner, and your ship is going to be done soon. Do you want me to call your friends, or do you want to do it yourself? Oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. And he presses a button on his belt.
Oh no.
Good afternoon, Nix.
What?
I am K-17, your helpful servant robot. How can I help you? Do you need me to get your friends?
Yes, please.
I will get right on that, miss. And
Yeah,
may
also
I
the
say,
voice
your
isn't working.
shooting is doing fine. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then she kind of pops it back into her arm. And now it looks like she doesn't have any weapons on her. What?
And what?
K-17.
Have I activated?
Yes.
K1.
He was God all along.
I found your friends for you. They were in your heart all along.
Yay.
I have to install that and uninstall and reinstall that every time I want to use it on this microphone. That's so frustrating. Well, anyway, you're all back together in the barracks. Captain Azura is there. I think that him and Abram have been talking basically all day. And
Wow, lovebirds.
yeah, they seem very like close together almost. Shoulders are almost touching.
They're basically kissing.
And
Aurelio's scribbling a fanfiction on the back of a note.
I think you're like done here. I feel like you get a call on the radio and it's the mechanics telling you that the ship is done and you are set to leave if you so choose.
After.
No, we stay here forever.
And the campaign is over. They lived happily ever after. Please re-roll new characters so that we can continue on with the story.
We play as the
my new character is named Crime Seeker Fight Lord.
Fight Lord.
Don't.
I'm gonna be the mud puppy.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna be the mud puppy.
You can be the mud puppy if you want. All right, we're back to it. And ooh, who do I want to? Oh, I guess Nix has technology. Nix, you get a call. You're getting a video call.
She.
You look at the
FaceTime.
caller ID and it says Freeman Associations, and then it just has like a series of numbers afterwards, like designating the office number that it's from.
She stands up and she says, "Excuse me," and she goes back to her kind of designated room-ish. And she clicks.
Well, don't do that.
Oh. Okay. She answers it then. Right in front of everybody.
Good afternoon. This is Albert Freeman of Freeman Associations. Are you three people who've just made a purchase on the behalf of Counselor Myra?
Yes. Yes.
Well, nice to meet. I'm presuming that you're Nix, right?
That is correct.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. You may call me Mr. Freeman or Albert if you so happen to choose. Counselor Myra sent me a message the other day updating me about the state of 3 new, what should we call you? Agents?
Hey, no, there's 2 of them. I didn't join.
Right, 2 of you. 2 of you and a freeloader.
Hey, that's me. What's up?
Well, I just wanted to say that thank you for joining us, and please enjoy the new ship. But I also just wanted to let you know that, just, between you and me, Counselor Myra is a very busy woman, and she's tasked me with possibly being an in-between person in case you need any things or need a message relayed and you're not quite sure how to get it done. You understand? You are on the same page, correct?
Yes, I think I understand.
Understood. Excellent. Great. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns?
The shield. How does the shield work?
How does the shield look?
Oh, yes. We installed new plating on the front, sides, back, up, down, left, right, all over. You should be able to do atmosphere burn-ins and burnouts. Just don't push it too hard. Should be fine. I no longer have to pay any pesky fees with the orbital elevators. You're still going to need to find a place to land, some form of port, so do keep that in mind. But as far as...
She kind of shoots a look at Aurelio.
Every place is a landing pad, if you believe.
And should I have to make any repairs myself? I should find instructions or manuals.
Well, I will admit I'd much rather you prefer having one of our professional technicians from the Freeman Association take care of that, but if you do so insist, I suppose as long as you have some repair tools handy, you can see what you can do.
She kind of lifts up her arm. She lifts up her arm. I kind of built and designed this myself, so...
very impressive.
I know what I'm doing.
It's fucking very interesting, actually. Good job. Very nice. I fully trust that you're going to be capable of taking care of it yourself then, as long as you have the proper tools and resources. But if you do need anything, the Freeman Associations deals in this kind of heavy machinery. So if we're talking shields, plating, armor, any kinds of software upgrades that you might need, we're the place that you should be calling. You got that? Understood? We can also offer a discount just because of... Well, you are Counselor Myra's friends, and any friend of a friend is a friend of mine.
Alright, sounds good. We'll come to you if we need anything. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Well, do good work out there. Good luck.
You will. Thank you very much.
And with that, you're free.
And she quickly inserts that contact information into her tablet. Series of numbers never looks right. Never looks great.
I didn't mean to imply that it was creepy. It was just that it's the phone number. It's the equivalent of the phone number that was dialing
Phone
from.
numbers are creepy.
If you don't know who it is, it's always creepy.
In this setting, you don't really have a it's not like a area code and then like what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits? 10 digits total?
10 numbers.
Yeah,
total.
it's a lot longer than that because you also have to worry about what world you're dialing from as well as the nation, and so it's just a big series of numbers.
How much does world calling cost?
Exorbitantly expensive, Aurelio, and that's why you're not able to do it.
That makes sense.
That's something reserved for banking, transactions, stocks, military hotlines. And while you guys are very
Sex hotlines.
Sex hotlines.
The most important.
Yeah, Pornhub actually owns the most amount of bandwidth in the future. It's really weird. You're free. You're free to go unless you have any last things you want to say to the NPCs before you go.
I love you. Jonathan.
That's very fun. Thank you, Aurelio. I love you too.
Also, your dad loves you. Look at this letter.
Stop showing him the letter.
He's seen that letter before, I think.
Like 3 times.
No, I keep showing it to him to make sure he
you
gets the
keep
point
showing
across.
it. Yeah, he's read it. He's like almost memorized at this point, and he seems very somber when he reads it, and like has a bit of a speck of a smile on the corner of his lips. Abram, do you do anything with Captain Izura before you...
I do everything with him.
Okay, understood.
No!
Yes.
Okay. Abram.
He lifts his head.
We'll be in touch. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Well, Report back with anything that you find. I trust your instincts. Good luck.
He nods.
All right. And I think the three of you move back to the garage where your ship has been kept, and you see several people of the Freeman Association's yellow and black stripes pulling away after fueling up your ship and doing any last-minute welding jobs. And Aurelio, you're back in your seat, and I'm muting my players. You're back in. You're back in it, Aurelio. It's only been 50 minutes, but we can finally get back to the main. You gotta get yourself together, man.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, that's so funny to me. I'm the one. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. You sure? You want to take a minute?
We'll be touching.
You want a 5-minute break, maybe? Get a sandwich?
Nah.
Finger
I'm
food?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. Yep,
I'm gonna mute
I've
your
got all under
fucking-
control.
Okay.
I'm back in my seat. Mud puppy's back in the cage. Neon lights going. My dice are dangling, and we are ready to lift off.
All right. That mud puppy rave is popping, and you
Hell yeah.
are out of here.
Let's go.
You press out and forward, and most of the repairs are almost finished on Sears Station as you pull away into the darkness. Quite a beautiful night sky as you move past the only moon of. Oh, I'm sorry. There's actually 2 moons of Sargasso, interestingly enough, but the other one's very tiny.
What are they named?
The first one is Euphrates,
Sweet.
Oh,
and then the second one is Persephone.
Oh,
The second one's much smaller.
cute.
baby.
Yes,
Little moon.
indeed, it's so adorable.
Let's crash into it.
Don't do that. As you go past,
Destroy the moon.
it's
Won't
night.
die.
It's nighttime on Sargasso, at least from the angle that you're looking at it. So you just see an intricate web of white and yellow light stretching across the deserts and coastlines of the
Yeah,
place
how
you
does
used to
that
call
work?
home.
The night and day cycle and like how big is the planet? Like, is it long night and day cycles or like?
It's about like a 30-hour day.
Oh, okay, not
roughly.
bad. Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, it's a huge.
Just want to know what we're used to.
You know what? Roll. There's something to roll. Forget it. I'll
I feel
just
like
tell you. Abram,
should know that.
yeah, you should know this. Sargasso is huge. Like for a planet, for a world, it's gigantic. But it's
Okay.
still it spins pretty fast, so it has a 30-hour day. It's like
And then
at
how big was
least
the station
twice the size.
that we were just on compared?
Several miles in diameter.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also very large for a man-made object.
Okay.
It's
Just wanted to get a
It's
good
two.
size.
It's 2 rings that are spinning in opposite directions. That just maintain gravity by spinning, with grass and greenery and forest all on the inside, and cold blue lights and white metal and blue steel on the exterior. Okay, and you are going to just head right on out.
Oh, I keep getting muted. That's it.
Oh,
That sounds good.
That's
That's
fine.
cool.
Excellent. You push out. You press the forward thrust, and you head in towards the gateway that has transported you anywhere they need to go so far. No sign of the red star this time. And I believe the
Good.
destination was Lianne Fiale.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we go. You go through. You send off the codes needed for that particular place, and you're gone. You disappear into a world of pure black and silence. Stars around you fade away, and there's no sign of Sirius Station behind you. You can't even hear the engines very well. You look around, your ship feels a little bit more robust than it did before. It looked a little bit like thick on the outside. Even the engines are a little bit on the meatier side now, just so you can move the new weight that you have. You're all inside. If you want, I can move you to the map indicating the inside of your ship if you wanted to talk to each other, or we can just skip on forward into.
Yes, please. That'd be great.
We wanted to skip.
We want. Is that a yes to skip or a yes to talk?
Well,
I was
I
gonna
didn't
do
know.
a short little thing.
Go for it.
Yeah. Do it.
Next goes into the kitchen and she starts making delicious beverages for everybody because she's nice like that. And
Those
getting
also give
Aurelio
us-
something to eat.
Yay.
And then she turns off the power-consuming disco lights.
No.
No.
Mud puppies start crying mid-rave.
She she comes back and she gives Aurelio a delicious ham and cheese sandwich and
Oh, sweet.
a nice warm cup of tea.
What's ham?
Please keep this.
You don't know what ham is?
Does that also come from dogs?
It's the other
No.
white meat.
Oh, okay.
And then she kind of just leaves him to his own devices and goes to see Abram with a little mug of tea. She kind of knocks on his door.
Shit, he loves warm beverages. He opens the door.
She lifts up the mug.
He takes the mug and kind of gives a very small smile and nods.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen you smile.
It hurts. I'm joking.
Oh. Kind of looks uncomfortable because she didn't.
He didn't look like he was joking, don't worry.
How is everything?
He kind of squints at her. What are you asking?
I mean, I didn't see you much while we were on the station aside from meals.
I was talking to Azura about some things.
Uh,
And what were you doing?
Studying. Trying to learn more information about this staff. It has a very dark past.
He tilts his head.
It just seems like misfortune seems to surround this thing. Every inch of hope it gives, it also causes torment. So,
Oh, and now we have it.
yeah. And of course, not only from Counselor Mira, but from anyone I've come across as well, people seem to expect a lot from us. Specifically me. But,
Well, the fact that you have it seems to indicate that perhaps you are meant to do something great with it. Or terrible. Whichever.
she kind of like gives that whole like half scoff, half laugh thing. Don't know how I feel about that one.
It'll happen either way if it's meant to happen, regardless of how you feel.
I guess.
Was that all?
Uh,
He doesn't look impatient, but he looks like he is wondering if you're not saying something.
back on Sargasso, you mentioned you used to be a pirate. I don't know if you want to reveal anything, but like, it's fine if you don't.
He
Fine if you do.
immediately has a darker expression.
I mean, I won't make you talk about it, but
In general, there were fond memories, except for the final one. There are a lot of people like Aurelio.
I see. Well, regardless, I am still indifferent, neutral.
Well, I hope you continue to feel that way. If anything should happen.
Unless you had secret affiliations with the Red Star, I don't think I'd feel any differently.
He kind of like,
No.
I'm gonna say, okay, goodbye.
What?
I thought you were about to say, GM, do I have relations to the red? And that was a preemptive no.
What? No.
No.
That would be horrifying. Even Speedwagon's afraid. He just he looks rather casual, and he kind of puts a knuckle to his chin. Well, how do you feel about murderers?
Past is the past.
He kind of nods like, alright. And he sips his tea. Fair enough.
I mean, Um. It's a difficult question, but I guess whoever you are now changes things, so you do what you have to do.
He stares at her in silence for like a minute. You're strange for a civilian, Seema.
She kind of like stiffens at the name.
He doesn't change his expression.
Well, considering that I pick and choose who got my mechanic services, guess I'm not entirely good either.
He raises an eyebrow.
Clients for prosthetics are different from person to person. I decided who simply owed me a favor and who had to pay more.
Well, at least you don't have a medical license to lose, I suppose. Or do you?
About that.
I see.
Well. Anyway, I should go.
Yes. Well, if you need me again, you know where I am.
And you know where I am. And she heads back to her own room.
Aurelia
He
runs
waits
down
for
the
her to
hall.
leave. And then he... I was gonna say he closes the door, but...
Aurelio runs down the
No.
hall. Don't worry, you're safe.
I'm
Aurelio
scared.
runs down the hall.
Closes the door faster.
Oh no! he's like banging on Nyx's door. Knock, 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 knock.
It's open.
Aurelio runs in, and in
She's
his
laying on her
hand,
bed.
he like takes out his eye patch, and he's like, "I've been wearing this whole time, and it still doesn't work. I'm an idiot."
Next, help me, I'm an idiot.
She looks up from her tablet and just looks at him and just says, "Get over here." And she kind of pats the bed and goes over to get her toolbox.
Aurelio goes and sits on the bed. He's kind of holding his fake eye in his hand, like a lost child. Like he's like, I don't know.
Turn
what
off
to
any
do."
switches, any electronic impulses, because I really don't want to hurt you.
Okay.
And she grabs the toolbox and starts examining.
He's kind of like covering his right eye with his hand, so you don't have to look at it while his eye is out. He's kind of like, "Hey, what's up?"
Aurelio, I'm gonna need you to remove your hand.
Okay. And he's like, I apologize ahead of time. It's not pretty. And he kind of takes his eye off. He takes his hand off of his eye.
Aurelio, you do realize that I deal with prosthetics for a living, right?
Yeah, but like
I've seen 20 times worse. I've
I
seen
mean-
internal organs that I've had to replace.
I mean, I guess, but doesn't it look bad a little bit, or?
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, try doing an open heart transplant on a desert with a camel and a donkey next to you.
Oh.
Exactly. Luckily, I just had to install the heart after the surgeon finished, but what can you do? And she starts doing repairs on the eye.
Hey, Nyx.
Yeah.
You've like managed to finally peel back his hands a little bit, and like you look into the eye socket.
Oh no.
There's like this very strange looking. I mean, Aurelio had a bad run-in when he was young. The eye's actually still in there. It's just like shriveled up and become, well, I don't want to say too many gross things, but it wasn't
disgusting.
great. Yeah, you look inside and it's a little red. It looks like blood is flowing through it. It looks like it's in this weird embryonic look to it, as if it's like receiving energy from the rest of his body. As if it's alive again.
Does it look bad? Is it bad? How bad is it, Doc?
What do you do with this information?
I'm gonna be straightforward. Aurelio, your eye looks like it is receiving. It looks like it's regenerating.
All right, Bex. You don't need to lie to me. I mean, I know it's not.
Aurelio?
That's impossible.
She holds up a mirror.
What the fuck?
I think you're regrowing your eye. I mean, it still kind of looks like a shriveled up raisin. Or, I think a date is more accurate. But,
This
do you-
entire session was a mistake.
Describe the innards. Make the DM squeal.
Like a pomegranate.
I'm sorry.
Like a dried plum.
I mean, a plum is too big.
Apricot.
Do you feel anything?
I mean, no.
Does he feel anything?
I don't know, Aurelio. Does he feel anything?
I mean, I've been having like weird headaches at night, but besides that, I'm fine. It's been happening for as long as I can remember, though. So I mean, I'm used to it. It's not sudden.
Well, I think, and it wasn't like this before. I mean, from what I remember from when I last operated on your eye definitely did not look like that.
I mean, I still can't see out of it.
I am going to suggest something.
Okay.
We'll leave it as it is. However, if we see any more changes, what we'll do is we'll just kind of put an eye patch over it so that your cybernetic eye doesn't interfere with it, just in case it is regenerating. But I have never seen that before in my life.
Aurelio kind of gets like a weird like look on his face, as if he's kind of like really grossed out, and then kind of intrigued a little bit, but then really grossed out again. And he kind of like he lowers his voice a little bit, and he just kind of leans in and he goes, "Do you know anything about modifications? Could this be can they cause this?"
Modifications as in what I did with my hair, or modifications as
To
in it is
genetics.
genetic? Oh. GM, do I have any idea?
Sorry, I took a back seat for a second there. I guess you can roll like history. No, that'd be science. That's definitely science, arcana, whatever it says on your sheet. There you go.
Magic.
14.
You are not a geneticist, but you do know that there's a wide variety of effects that genetic modification can generate. You haven't heard of this one, but it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibilities, I suppose? Question mark.
It's rare, but it is a thing that can happen.
He kind of like looks down to his hands and he just goes,
Is something wrong, or do you think you're...
He kind of stiffens up and he just goes, I have to leave. And he just kind of stands up and walks backwards, like robotically, and kind of walks into the door because he's still going backwards. And then he like stiffens up and turns around and then walks forwards.
Aurelio, I still need to install your eye, but I won't ask any more questions.
Aurelio walks backwards into the room again, robotically, go moving, just backwards, back first.
She, without another word, she installs the eye, and she kind of gives a couple of tweaks. Man, Did you ever upgrade this thing?
I mean, I tried to add a laser pointer once to it because I thought it'd be cool.
Why did you add a laser pointer?
I was trying to impress somebody.
You just... She just rubs her temples.
It didn't work.
Please don't install anything into your eye without at least seeing a professional first. Just
Okay.
trust me.
I
Just
guess.
someone tried to install some cool thing into their colon and then I had to fix it.
Was that the camel and the donkey or no?
That was a different operation.
Oh.
And she finishes up and she says, okay, so I would recommend you test drive it, see how it feels, and if you have any issues, just come back and see me and I'll take care of it. But it should be completely flawless and work just as well as it did before, if not better, because I replaced those goddamn rusty screws that you refused to replace for whatever goddamn reason.
Screws are hard to come by, okay? They're difficult.
She puts her
right.
hands on her hips. Screws are hard to come by.
You don't know where I'm from. You don't know where I've
What?
been.
When I
You don't
met
know
you,
me.
you were a scavenger. You didn't scavenge up any screws? Like at all?
Well, the
Ever?
good ones were used for other things. Now I must get back to piloting.
Go back to the
Think-
pilot seat.
He like gets up and he's like about to go out the door. He's like, oh, thanks by the way. And then he like takes out from his pocket like a little yellow, but it's like a little miniature yellow.
How long, how long has
What?
that been in?
We're
Aurelio's been growing yellows while he was on Sirius.
He has a yellow bonsai tree.
He has a yellow tree on Sirius.
Nyx pops 4 tile and all into her mouth.
Oh my god.
Oh, he actually he had one left over all this time.
all right. Well, getting back to the other stuff. Anybody else want to do anything else before this little adventure is over with?
We'll
Checking
confront
her
each other more
email.
about our dark history.
Oh, okay.
Email
It all
and
comes
go to
out
bed.
at the end of the session.
You're being compromised.
All right, I think that the warning lights come on as you exit the subspace, the non-real space, the dark space, and re-enter into a whole new starfield. And you're presented with a sun that somehow feels warmer and brighter, and a world all below you that's blue and green and colors that you've never seen before from above, Aurelio. You see white clouds and dark storm clouds here and there, and you see orbital elevators like just everywhere. Like this thing is a pincushion.
Oh my god.
And you look at the crescent of the darkness and you see hundreds upon thousands of lights, lots of cities and bustling towns that probably, though you've never been there before, this is Lianne Fiale.
Yay.
Nyx immediately goes to the comms unit to prepare to alert the system that they are coming in.
This is
Oh, you
ISF
can- oh,
Outpost 13B.
Oh.
Can I get your identification, please?
Hold on, I have the number written down somewhere.
Wait, we're just vacationers.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have a flight number that I
Just-
wrote down.
We're
Get
just
your
tourists.
story together now before we get
Yeah.
down there.
This
Alright.
is ISF. Everyone groans.
Wait, so what were they again?
God, they're everywhere.
They were ISF too?
They
they're-
are,
yeah.
yes. It's an outpost that we've come
Okay, we vacation.
Sorry about that, everyone. Looks like dunked my mic.
We're just vacationers.
Right, indeed. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on, wait, I didn't officially say anything yet.
I see.
We're still out of character. Okay, we're vacationers. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know we weren't out of character.
It's okay. Me
Sorry.
neither. But apparently we are.
We don't have character voices, that's why
Gotta make character voices.
we do. So I'm gonna say that we're vacationers. Where do we say we're from?
I mean, we can.
I mean,
well,
Sargasso is like,
I don't think it's suspicious, but maybe
Yeah.
we could lie for no reason.
We could.
I mean,
Just if we get,
They
wanted
say the
posters
best
again.
lies are the simplest ones. But you're
Why
right.
can't we?
Who knows
We
what might
can
happen?
just be
Vacationers.
from Slove. Do we look like we're from Slove?
No.
Nope.
Pink hair, red hair, dark skin.
You can say it. I mean, nothing's stopping you. That's racist.
Fuck it. Let's just be from Sargasso. Whatever.
All right. This is Flight 72601 from Sargasso coming in for vacation.
1 minute, please.
Nobody comes for vacation. Shoots us down. Oh god.
Okay, your name and number has been recorded. Can you please tell me your destination, your landing zone?
The planet.
The entire planet.
Does anybody know any cities on this place? Or
I think
towns
you
or-
two would
wait,
do the.
hold on a moment. I see that your ship is actually cleared for atmospheric entry. You're not requiring an orbital elevator. Well, in that case, I suppose, have a nice stay. Enjoy yourselves, and if you are
Yeah.
please willing to just stay within city boundaries that will ensure your safety, and do have a good time.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
What's out of the city then?
Wilderness and death, probably.
Obviously,
Alright,
we have to park there.
Oh my
For
god.
landing. She says
Aurelio, don't land anywhere stupid. They're both just like Aurelio.
Aurelio,
Aurelio.
please be careful.
Aurelio.
Aurelio.
Roll.
boy.
Nix is assisting.
Ugh.
Pilot. Alright, yeah, don't do that.
Nix is
don't say that
assisting
into my
from her
microphone.
engineering section, making like checking maps and stuff and coordinates.
Nix,
Where is the least amount of
please roll. Nix, I already decided this before I rolled an 8, but please roll. Wait a minute, Aurelio, you have how much dexterity do you have?
I have 2.
What's your proficiency bonus?
2. But this is my proficiency with flying vehicles. That's
Right.
+5. So add +2 to that. So that's a 10.
Okay, so it's 10. I already decided this before you rolled the 8, just so you know. Nix, roll a repair check, intelligence check, basically.
Alright, intelligence.
I don't think. Are you proficient in repair tools?
Yes.
Well, then add your. Oh, holy shit.
I'm good.
You're proficient in your intelligence save anyway, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, well then that would be the same as your repair check anyway. Yeah, you come down lower and lower to the planet below, and you start to see these sharp, jagged mountains, snow-capped, and you see deep lakes, a rich blue, and a briny sea rich with green life, and you don't know exactly where you're going. Do you guys have any idea where you want to, like, an entire world at your disposal?
We're not
Okay, we should probably land near some kind of town so we can
Civilized.
get intel on like legends, rumors, weird
Okay.
things going on.
Yeah, right. You look through you cut down low into the atmosphere finally, and you hear like some popping sounds from behind you, and then you hear Nick swearing and screaming as she's
popping.
scrambling around, bandaging up different locations as things are
Oh my
overheating and starting to split. Abram, you're just sitting with your cup of tea in the co-pilot seat.
Yes. I don't think
what the fuck?
If we die, we die.
I mean, can I do anything?
What can you tell me what you do?
Well, I was looking at like my co-pilot things. These are like those gambits or whatever, so I don't know if I really have to use them. But there was one called like Lay of the Land.
Right. Ooh.
You get a sense of the surrounding terrain, learning of all visible creatures and vehicles, and physical features of the area. So maybe I could find somewhere not shitty to land.
Wow. Yeah, that is a gambit that is connected to your ship permanently. You cannot get rid of it. Sorry, Broham.
I don't want to get rid of it. I'm just saying I want to. I'm
You-
just making a point that
Yeah,
I guess I can
while
look at stuff.
while this is happening, you're looking out both the window and you're checking like the scanner below, which kind of works like the way you'd find fish on like a ship. Like it's just like beaming a thing down, and you're getting a general map, and you see cliff sides that have this tremendous gash carved into the side, as if this mountain was split down the middle with a beheading axe. You
We parked
see
there.
you see a forest so dense and teeming with greenery that you can't see the floor. You see these stark cliffs that stop right at the waterfront and head down a sheer face hundreds of feet, and all along it is a city built into the sides. To the north, you see a much more contemporary city built on rolling hills with thousands of yellow daisy flowers and farmland, but there's very few roads that connect these cities, very few infrastructure at all that's
Oh
meant
my
for
god,
transport.
we have to pick one. Cliff City or Hill Flower City?
Whatever doesn't ruin this ship more than it already is.
Which
Oh,
one's
it's
in
too
the
late.
middle?
It's too late for the ship.
Is one of them in the middle?
One of them, I guess the cliffside city is in kind of in the middle of all of this. This is like you're looking over an entire continent. I just want to give you guys the right kind of scale here.
Hmm.
You get like a ping as like you enter the atmosphere, and eventually the shaking starts to stop, and the stuttering begins to slow down as things begin to calm down, and your engines start to keep up with the entry speed that you are achieving. And yeah, you're starting to get a download of the local area. Do you want to roll survival, Abram?
Do you want to die?
Do you have any?
that
Do you
kind
want
of
to? Do you
survival.
want to fucking die? Yeah. Do you want to roll Constitution saving throw to see if I kill you instantaneously? A
Yeah, I was
bird
like, I'm not
flies
gonna
through
roll
the
it.
windshield and destroys you. Do you have any gambits that is designed for getting like resources and stuff like that, like knowledge base?
Here in my
Knowledge
garage.
about what exactly? What anything about what's going on?
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if there's a gambit that's like you get a map of the local area or something like that.
I have a compass.
You know what? Fair.
Sweet.
You get a local map download as if you're accessing like the Google Maps of this particular
I
area.
use Nyx's arm.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, you got your own computer actually next behind
Use
Aurelia's
it with
desk.
my compass.
The power within you, and you get the city to the north with all the lovely flowers is called Cornic. It shows up on a
Get
map,
my fucking notes.
and then the one to the south along the cliffs is just referred to as the Seo Cliffs. Seyo, 2 L's. There, I finally spelled something for you guys. You happy?
Yes. What was the
Yes.
other one? Cornic.
Cornic. This is what you got here, though. You have an entire world of towns and cities, and frankly, I don't know where you're gonna start.
Me neither.
If only
Well-
you guys had a kind of hint or something that was given to you last session.
No, I didn't.
Right.
We didn't get a hint. He's
Well, yeah.
whistling, that's the hint.
Reading through my notes.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I got anything. If I did, whoops.
Remember, they don't get the hint. Roll history. If you really want, if you want to have your character try to remember when you yourselves didn't, then you can roll history to figure it out. Even though it's not what that skill is for, but it's your personal history, right? Oh my god!
She remembers everything.
Oh,
You can't deny her.
Spoke too
She's
soon.
done it.
oh, holy shit! Okay, you remember that you walked in and first met Captain Azur after returning from talking with Rosemary, and you asked him anything strange about Lianne Fiale that may have something to do with the term dire metal, and he answered yes. I've heard once before about. Player, if you remembered, please take over. This is your time to shine.
I believe he said there was a forest with like a ravine, and it was like haunted. And this might be the ravine that's in that mountain that looks like it was split in half.
It's a mystery
Yes.
that
Do you guys remember?
I don't.
Well, he did. He said that there was like there were rumors about like a haunted forest, and he's like, I don't believe in that, but
Sweet.
Ghosts.
Just dive in it.
okay. Well, maybe it's this forest right here with the giant ravine next to it. That is a ravine, right? That would be referred to as a ravine.
I guess you've never seen a geological thing like this. You've never seen a mountain cut in half so smoothly and perfectly. I don't know if you'd call it a ravine or not, but
I wouldn't. But
the
that's
mountain is pretty free from trees and forest. As you go down deeper into the valley, you begin to see more trees and forests that sprout up and become quite thick. The farther east you go, the thicker and thicker the forest gets. However, there doesn't seem to be a town too close to there besides maybe that southern one on the cliffside.
Maybe we should go there. They'll know about the forest.
I suppose it's
Probably.
equidistant Cornic or Seo cliffs. Your choice, but you gotta make a decision.
Cliffs.
Cliffs.
All right. You sweep in and you get another call on the radio. Well, actually, it's up to you guys to call them. I think Aurelia does this. You guys need to land.
We need to land.
We don't need permission to land.
I think you do.
I'm going to
Oh, they're gonna shoot us?
Going to
Aurelia
the
says, "I think we
communications
do."
unit. And she presses the button. This is flight 72601 from Sargasso, requesting permission to land.
Well, howdy there, young missy.
Oh my
How
God.
can I help you?
no.
Oh,
My people.
Yes, we need a place to land our ship.
Ooh-wee, well, what class size you got there? Something big, small, medium?
Small.
Small.
Got yourselves a little tiny thing. Oh, I see it on the radar now. Oh, you cute little things. Oh, yeah, we probably got ourselves a nice little opening for you. How's, got a week space? You gotta have to rent it, though. Gonna be about, 30, yeah, 30 credits staying here.
30.
How you feel about that?
Do we have
30 grand? Is that what he said?
30 credits, I thought. I hope he said 30
Uh.
credits.
Let me look at our money resources. Yeah, we have enough. That sounds perfectly fine.
All right, now do just follow the glowing orange lights and you'll get there right quick. Now you have a good time.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye-bye.
Holy shit. Abram just said that. Holy shit.
And Aurelio, you begin descending lower and lower as you circle the city.
Fucking thing.
And you see a harbor built low to the ground with dozens of ships, big masted things, luxury liners, things built for transporting goods and services. And then there's just the cliff face of this beach, and it just goes up, and built into the sides of this cliff is just hundreds of houses going up and up and up, tier after tier, street after street, like a pyramid, like half a pyramid. And they're wood and ceramic and metal and bronze and gold and silver, and it's just a huge conglomerate of all sorts of different thematic things. And at the very top of the cliffs, you see a gigantic ring like an arena almost. And you look down and you see several ships parked in different sized, well, overly sized cubicles. And one seems to be lit up with an orange light. You see people moving to and fro like ants from this distance as they get on their own airplanes or ships and either take off or leave or head on their merry ways. You see that once the cliffs end and you get to the top of them, the whole city, almost as if like it was a creature climbing up the top, just spills over and out towards the forest until it ends in farmland that rolls across the hills and green valleys. Do you land? What a commitment. You go in for the spiral, going lower and lower, and eventually your engines spin and you go for that vertical landing. It's very classy this time. You even remember to flick the landing gear on before you land.
Oh, good.
Wheels come out,
Morning.
and you have a little bit of a bump as you hit the ground, and you are on the ground. Terra firma. Congratulations.
You did it.
What's the first order of business? I think that you guys now have this understanding that you're in a very free, open setting. You guys pick what you want to do. What's going down?
All right. Well, first of all, we need to get out of the ship.
Yeah, that'd be a good
we
start.
need-
Step 1, put on shoes. Step
no.
2. Okay, yeah, you're outside. There's a loud hissing sound as the door breach opens and slides, and the 3 steps unfold from underneath your ship.
Is it hot?
And
You feel the temperature, and it's like a little bit of a... It's cold for some of you because you're so used to Sargasso, but compared to Slove, my god, it's lovely breeze. It's about 60, 65. A light jacket is going to be more than enough.
Perfect.
You can't tell if it's spring, summer, winter. It could be a warm winter or it could be a cold summer. You're not even quite sure. A little bit over on the overcast kind of thing, kind of gray. You look out off on the sea and you see darker clouds as if the sea is not a very welcome, inviting place. Lots of tempests just waiting. The floor below you is not hardwood or metal or steel. It's actually just dirt. It's just sand. Smoothed out by some kind of machine, but otherwise simple and bare bones.
Cute.
You hear the sounds of commerce on the other ends of the walls and lots of people moving to and fro in a wide variety of clothing. Green tunics, big round hats. Some people in what looks to be kind of like armor. All kinds of different people.
Nyx is gonna take off her jacket and tie it around her hips because this is super comfortable. Ah. Damn.
Sweet.
Okay, so there's like nobody approaching us this time, right?
Not a single person seems to notice or even care that you exist.
Thank
That's
God.
good.
We need someone to accost.
Well, we should first find lodgings.
I go to places on here to accost people. Let's go.
Nyx pulls up her tablet and looks up local, cheap places to stay.
And you know what you
Sheep,
get?
oh God.
Nothing.
Oh,
What?
No wireless data set up here.
God damn it.
She puts her tablet away. I hate this place.
Turn that one around real right quick, huh?
Oh, okay. Hey, two different people said these things. Let's head towards a building of some kind.
Okay, you breach out of the arena. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nyx looking for Wi-Fi signals.
Aurelio, how you feeling?
Aurelio is feeling good. He's just kind of walking around, hands in his pockets, and he's enjoying the place.
Okay, you step out through. You go through a short corridor into a large room, and it's almost desolate. Nobody's really there. It seems to be like a waiting room, as if you were waiting for a shipment or something. And then through some like the spirally doors, and they nip your ankles if you're not careful. I don't know what they're called.
Dogs.
No, rotating door made of wood, and you press through it, and you're out onto the streets almost immediately, and it's bustling with people. And the streets are not paved; they're mostly just like dirt, but very well kept dirt. You see people with stands out hawking their wares. You see some tall towers and dark chimneys, and you have this awful smell. And you look to your left and notice that there's just a pig pen just hanging out right on the streets. And
Wow.
in the same shop is actually some meat ready to be sold. Who knows how long those pigs have?
Ugh.
About 2 hours. Can I grab someone?
Yeah, sure. If you want to grab someone.
Yep. What?
Okay.
Kill anybody.
Who do you grab? Describe to me the
Whoever-
person that you grab.
Someone who doesn't look like a shithead.
Okay. I think you grab like the arm of a young woman who's just passing by with black hair and a veil over her mouth and nose.
Okay. Is she gonna kill me as soon as I touch her? Or is she waiting
I
for
don't
me
know.
to say something?
Roll insight. I mean, I hope you're prepared for
I didn't
consequences.
know if I was gonna get my words out or if she was gonna kill me first. I was giving you a chance. It's too late now.
Okay.
Nearest hotel.
Piss off, you bloody tosser! And then she pulls her arm back and then walks on her merry way.
He turns around and looks at the others. That
You
didn't
asked
work.
nearest hotel like you're talking to Google.
Alexa.
Nyx
He
is rubbing her
says it didn't
temples.
work.
As someone walks by, someone saw that, and like it was a gruff man, and he just kind of goes on his merry way, but you hear him under his breath just saying like, "Damn foreigners."
This reminds me. Someone said something about these people not liking outsiders.
Aurelio decides that this isn't gonna work out.
It's not gonna work. We
You
need someone with a
see someone
computer.
pass by, and they've got in their hands. There's two of them, and they're matching, and they've got silver chest plates on, bright and shiny and mirrored, and in their hand is actually
Police.
a tall. Yes, Aurelio? Do you do something?
I want to talk to the police.
Okay, you go over to this person. They're wearing silvery helmets, and they seem to be relatively well clean-shaved and in some form of uniform. Rather than pistols or weapons that are projectile-based, however, they're carrying a halberd, each in their hand, with strange piping running along the top back.
Cool.
I bow a little bit and I say, "Hello, sirs. I've just arrived here with my companions and we're looking for a place to stay. Where would you recommend?"
Oh, hey, Tom, we got here a couple of newbies. Oh, well, where you from, little kiddo?
Oh, he puts his hand behind his head and like scratches his hair and he just goes, "Oh, I'm from Sargasso. It's definitely not as nice as this place."
Oh, I see. Well, I think you and your friends would probably be, probably looking for the cow pits then, I think.
Oh,
Nice
the
cheap
cow
place. Aye, yes. I'm sure you'll find it quite quaint.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I go back to them and I just go, "I think they're gonna but make us sleep with the cows.
What?
But maybe there's a place called the cow pits.
The guy to his left, like, raises his thing and goes, "Oh, yeah, you need directions, do you?" And then he points with his halberd, and you see a bunch of cows in, like, just standing in mud in their own... Oh, did I mute myself?
No.
You're gone.
I'm not gone.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, no. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can.
Aurelio is who I need to... Okay.
Yeah.
He points with his halberd over to a bunch of cows standing in mud and their own excrement.
Yeah?
Why does this keep happening? Are you fucking with me? Is this Star Wars?
Baby, come back.
Can you hear us?
I mean, I can hear you.
You.
You're
There's
all
hear
kind of
everybody.
everybody. Out.
Oh, the irony. Leave and come
There's
back.
something wrong with Snorlax.
I'll be back. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah, I thought so.
Also, fuck these
Zip,
guys.
zip.
Fuck this place. I
Lead
changed my mind.
lead up to a sweet joke, and he just can't even hear it. Yeah, they point you to a pit full of cows.
Yeah, and I'm mad.
Well,
Roll perception.
Who?
Anybody, but only one of you.
Who's gonna
I have
do it?
a
Also,
+2. I have a +2 perception.
Aurelio's not with us, but I gotta keep it going. I can't just wait.
that's
10 minutes
fine.
for
I
him to
have a
return.
+4, I believe. Yeah.
Alright, then go.
I will try. I promise nothing. I believe in the heart of the dive, though. 13.
Okay. You feel like
Hello.
almost eyes, like on the back of your head, but when you turn around, nobody's there.
Are we in the cow pit?
I'm scared. No, we're not going there.
The two guards point you towards the cow pit, and then they both just like heartily laugh to themselves and keep walking down the streets.
Dicks.
Even the guards suck here. Okay, I guess we're on our own.
I'm looking for any free public Wi-Fi. Anything.
And I'm looking at the signs. Are
Nix,
these in, like,
you'll
common?
never find it. Abram, do you know
Yeah.
Kelpie?
I do!
We do. We both know it.
All right. Well, then never mind. You don't have to roll survival. Yeah, you see that
Yay.
there seems to be a inn somewhere down the lane.
Thank God.
A tavern, and that seems a bit shady, but hey, it's something.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah.
We stayed at a drug dealer's. I think we're fine.
No, Abram's hand is absolutely on his sword.
That's fucking hardcore.
He doesn't like this place anymore.
Roll intimidation, actually, just as like a static. Let's see how intimidating you look. As
Oh
you
my
walk down
God,
the
I can't wait
roads.
to get a 2. Oh. 20.
Okay, people have started to give you a wide berth as you walk down the crowded streets.
Okay. He's good with that. That's what he wants.
However, the eyes on the back of your head seem to have increased their intensity.
This is so uncomfortable.
The hills have eyes.
You eventually arrive at a place that seems to just be called the Tipped Tankard.
Oh.
And you hear a loud ruckus from inside, but it does seem tall enough to be an inn.
Anyone pulls a gun on me, I'm shooting.
Roll dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Get ready to
Something
shoot.
happened.
I die.
All right, Nix, you say that, and then you walk forward and put your hand on the door, and then the door just explodes, and then there's like a wall of meat and flesh that just falls through. And Abram and Aurelia, you watch as this large, fat, rotund man is clocked by somebody right in the jaw, and they fly backwards, landing on top of Nix, completely subsuming her.
Next.
She disappears behind the rolls of fat.
Nyx punches upwards into the
Roll an athletics check.
Oh no.
Good thing I don't have a negative modifier.
I would like to help her. I mean, I'm not just gonna stand there.
You see like you see some like fat rolls. Oh my god, I can't handle this. What on earth did that have to do with anything?
She said, "I hope no one pulls a gun on us," and then it happened.
You are correct. You see
You
the
are
big
already dead.
the man is laying flat out, arms open, like making snow angels, and you just see like his left, like just part of his flesh, like raise a little bit twice, and then just fall silent.
That's so scary, Nyx.
I'm
And
gonna just
you hear from inside just like ruckus laughter, just like ah. And then the body raises again, but still nothing happens.
Sorry.
I want to help her.
Okay, yeah, go do it. Go roll that
Thank
athletics
you.
throw. You don't need my
gonna-
permission to roll.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do need my. You
God.
do need
What do you say, athletics?
athletics, yeah.
I'll help
Aurelia,
you,
you can
maybe.
also help.
11.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Aurelia will help
Okay.
me.
I will.
I don't even know where she is.
1d20 minus 1.
Oh no.
It's you know what, it's fine. You got past
It
the
would have
10.
been 0 if you didn't do your training.
Yeah, the training montage. You roll this big fat man over on his belly, and you see Nyx just like pressed into the ground. The dirt has an imprint where she used to be, like a footprint.
Rest in peace, Nyx.
Are you
Aurelia
okay?
looks like the Father, the
Nyx
Son, the
is-
Holy Spirit.
Nyx's non-robotic arm immediately goes to her robotic arm, and she starts to lift her robotic arm up, but she's trying to force it down.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault. It was
You can
his
see
fault.
you can see her fingers twitching.
Who hit that guy?
I don't know. You want to look and see?
Yes, I'm looking.
All right,
Yes.
you look through the
Peeping.
doors, and you see this rather slimish figure in a black tank top, tight against their body, and they're just so toned. You can see the chisel of every arm muscle, forearm, and bicep and tricep on their body, and they've got short black hair that's been kind of pushed back in a haphazard, sleepy sort of way, no product added. And they turn around and look at you with gray, piercing eyes and smile.
I think it
And
was
then they
him.
raise their tankard to you, and then they just kind of down it, and they keep laughing with the group of friends that surrounds them.
We fight.
Damn it, he's hot.
Nyx has her crossbow out of her arm.
Nyx, no!
I'm sorry. What made you think it was a he?
What?
Fuck, she's hot. Abram looks at the other two.
Abram stymies.
He's like,
You have a girlfriend!
I have room for more. He looks at the other two and he's just like, maybe he had it coming.
Nyx looks furious. Her crossbow is out of her arm, and she is just fuming.
But Nyx,
You're running around with an armed weapon in the middle of the streets, Nyx?
No.
Yeah.
but Nyx, she's hot.
Just checking, just questioning.
Okay, well, Abram gets up and he goes inside.
Alright, you're immediately just affronted with a foul smell that just smells like hops and beers that have long
Nice.
since been spilled across the floor, tainting it a new smell. And all around you is just people laughing and cheering and having a overtly good time. Maybe you've been to taverns before in this campaign. This one is the most ruckus filled.
Let's not stay here.
I was gonna say, do we want to look for somewhere else?
Yes.
I like it here, Aurelio says.
Nyx is staring daggers at Aurelio.
I like to drink. drink. Aurelio's
Well,
buying
you can
something
drink
before
here,
he
but maybe
leaves.
we shouldn't stay here.
The figure looks at you, Nyx.
Oh god.
Mm.
She's still fuming.
Oh, sorry about that, you wee lassie. Hope you didn't get any dirt upon your skirts.
Do I look like I'm wearing a skirt?
They just shrug and drink again. Meanwhile, everyone in the room thinks they're the most hilarious thing to ever happen.
Her
Aurelio's
eye is
already
like-
purchased a drink.
Her eye is like going between blue and red with her rage.
Abram stays nearby Nyx, making sure she doesn't kill anyone, but he's
Aurelio's
just
sipping.
looking around for now. Making sure nobody's gonna die. Also, is there like a counter besides the bar?
Nope. But there's multiple people behind it.
I see.
Take a fucking sip, babes.
I'm sorry. Aurelio, you get a drink.
Yeah!
Roll Constitution and take away 1 credit point.
Okay.
Aurelio, I hate you.
Sorry, we're out in the big bad world now. I gotta keep track of your money.
Aurelio can't pass up a good drink.
Aurelio, you just fucking tank it, and it's the worst beer you've ever had, but damn does it make you feel ready to run.
He slams it down and just goes, "This is terrible!"
I love it.
He's
The
smiling.
person
It's
behind
actually
the
just
bar,
gasoline.
person behind the bar just goes, hey, that's the way we like it!
Aurelio's like, "Yeah!"
Oh my god.
Maybe if the ISF listed some tax restrictions, we'd be able to get the good stuff from Cornick.
Revolt! Revolt!
Ah, you said it, laddie.
Aurelio's the new
Beer
popular
party.
kid.
Beer party. Let's take all the beer and dump it in the sea.
That figure with the swept back black hair and gray eyes wraps an arm around Nyx. You feel the muscle beneath their shirt. And they just have this like weight upon you, like a very friendly kind of thing. Oh, don't be going so quick. You just got here. I can smell the otherworldly air on you.
Yes. And she removes her arm, and I prefer to keep it that way.
Ooh, we got a feisty one here. And then they raise up their hands with like a kind of like sarcastic, submissive look upon their face. Ooh, and then she turns into an eldritch demon.
That's so scary.
Who's doing that? Is it me?
No, it's not me.
Snortling, please.
I'm sorry, I couldn't contain my eldritch form. I got it back now.
Can you put yourself on
Back
push
in
to
your
talk
eye
for
socket. That's what it was.
I'm back in my skin.
now? Okay.
Sorry.
Well, they raise up their hands with like fake submission and just go, "Oh, sorry, my apologies."
I can hear the snark coming from your voice.
And they smile at you.
She rolls her eyes.
I like your new girlfriend.
I want her.
Or them.
I've
them
already
person
spoken for it.
under them.
Oh, that's
fine.
so. They're with Pinky. Well, I don't want to have a good night with someone like me.
Excuse me?
People are laughing all around at this. They find it hilarious.
She turns on her heel and stalks out.
Abram, you hear from behind you. So you be looking for a room, or are you just here to take in the show?
I'm not sure we should stay here.
Well, good luck finding another place there, lad.
Oh, is this the only place?
Yep. And they smile with a very toothless grin.
Who is saying this to me?
Just about one of the bartenders. There's two of them.
Oh.
One has a big form and a red bumpy nose, and the other one is a bit younger. Long,
Well, then
straight
what's
blonde
there?
hair. Well, just so you know, it'd be
since-
3 a night.
Got it. Can I ask you something really quick?
Shoot.
Any weird rumors about some forest nearby?
He looks at you dumbfounded, but roll persuasion or intimidation.
Intimidation.
Can I intimidate behind
You know
him?
what it is, bitch.
Can I intimidate behind him? Like, just
I hope so.
behind
Funny.
him.
Abram, you want to paint me a word picture, or do you just want to run with the roll?
What? The guy looks dumbfounded.
No, nothing's happened
You
yet.
said he looks dumbfounded.
Yeah,
What-
he's
what
a little
is his
surprised.
face when I say it?
He's like haunted forest, and then like you pounce.
I do pounce. I kind of slam my fist on the bar and like lean forward.
Oh, he jumps.
I don't have time for whatever you're about to say. Yes or no?
Aye, the Boar Forest to the north. It'd be a place full of all kinds of strange mysteries. People go missing all the time. It's quite a ways off, though. A few miles. You might need some kind of transport. Why would you want to go there, though? There's nothing there. It's the Boar Forest,
Okay.
like the piggies.
Okay, just making sure.
There's nothing there, though. Nothing but danger.
Why do people disappear?
I mean-
Rather, why are they there if they're going to disappear?
Boars?
They go to hunt and risk their lives and they disappear for it.
A good boar.
Fair enough.
Nyx is already back in, cause she just needed a minute.
Yep, please leave before you kill someone. I understand. Oh.
So she just is standing with Abram and Aurelio.
Okay, so we said, why do we want to go there? Well, maybe we want to hunt some boar.
Oh. And he looks you up and down and... Ooh, man, I think you guys are really starting to think about, like... I don't think that you guys are able to fully conceal all your weapons anymore. I think you've passed that point, unfortunately, except for some of you individually, like Nyx. But, I mean, Aurelio's walking around with both a rifle and a sledgehammer, and you've got a sword on your hip, and I think he notices that.
Hey, we're prepared.
By all means. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks at it and he's like, hey, okay, yeah, all right, sure, yeah. Have at it. I mean, you're going to be needing a license from the ISF, and they haven't been handing any of those out recently, ever since they moved in.
No, we don't.
Wait. They haven't been handing out what?
Hunting licenses.
Why?
Because they think they own the forest now. They don't, but they've got bigger guns, and what are we going to do, rebel?
Yes.
You could.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, yeah.
I got a good thing
recently-
going here. I'll see you in the other side.
How recently has this happened?
Oh, probably about a few months back.
Ah.
Koenig to the north, it seems to be making some kind of weird, kind of agreement. Koenig thinks he can speak for the rest of us on Lianne Fiale. ISF
What
thinks
is
we're
the
some
ISF?
kind of... What? They think they're a territory. They want the land. They've moved into the towns and they keep heading southward. And I don't like it. But don't tell anybody.
Oh, I don't care. I don't think they care what you think. Don't worry.
No.
Okay.
Any other patrol officers, you stay clear. At least while you're under my roof. I don't want the bad business. And that goes for you too, Madras! And the person that's been accosting Nyx this entire time just like waves a hand back at them and doesn't pay them any attention.
She seems forward.
Did you say her name was Mudrust?
Madras. Madras.
Mudrust.
So freaking foreigner. Don't you know how to speak a lick of Gilpy?
Aurelio is dumbfounded. He's like,
Bloody useless, I tell ya.
Anyway. Okay, well, to the others, he's like, well, if the ISF is here and they're looking for something, it must be there.
I do have a question.
Aye, what'd it be?
Internet cost.
Whoa. I hear you. That's a good one.
She raises an eyebrow. She's
Oh, no.
clearly not joking.
Oh. Lassie, no, we don't have any network access here. I hate to break it to you.
Motherfucker!
Backwater place like this, oh no. Oh, no. And the ISF hasn't been very good with taxes either. So,
She
we got nothing
she
to show
curses
for
in,
it.
she curses in Kilpie, and it is quite vulgar.
Oh.
Hmm.
Now, anything else? You want a drink?
She puts down a coin.
Aye. You want the big or the small?
Big.
I like her. And then he goes back around the backside of the bar to a big barrel with a spigot stabbed in the side of it.
Let's just do what we came to do and go.
You
Sounds
get
good
a
to me.
tankard laid out in front of you, big and yellow.
She's gonna just sip it.
It's a little watery.
Ugh. Oh, well. We getting this place or no?
I think it's our only option.
Apparently.
Lovely.
You feel a prod in your back. Nyx.
It's a dick.
She turns.
Just kidding, it's Madras.
You know exactly who it is. And they say, I couldn't help it over here. How about you do yourselves a favor and leave the damn thing alone? We don't need any more foreigners trouncing all over our old nice things.
She raises an eyebrow. Nice.
They cross their arms across their chest.
They cross their eyes.
Across their arms.
Well, considering you assaulted me with a lard of a man,
Oh, that was just Bobbert. Don't worry about him. He's a big softy.
still, I would beg to differ.
Oh.
You owe me.
I think I owe him a new set of teeth.
Yeah, and you owe me.
All right,
for
fine,
having
fine.
Him land on me.
How about I pay for your drink?
She's gonna roofie it.
She kind of scoffs. Please, pocket change.
They lean on the counter and they set aside a coin that is different from the ones that you've set down. And this one's got like a gold sheen to it. And they say, "Bartender, how about a tankard of the nice stuff?" All right, fine. And then they reach underneath the counter and pour out a new tankard for you. And this is a rich blood red.
Damn.
They're vampires.
Oh,
Aurelia whispers.
I know where this is going. She raises an eyebrow.
They raise an eyebrow in return.
So you have a reputation.
People know me.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I
Good or bad?
Oh, I think it just depends on the person. I think people normally warm up to me, you know?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't mind you getting to know me better either.
Alright. Considering you do owe me, so... It's gonna take a lot more than just a drink to tide me over.
Oh, they smile. They smile, and they've got, like, these exceptionally sharp incisors.
Oh no!
Holy shit!
Oh,
They're vampires!
Oh my What?
You guys have damned me.
I was right.
No, it's fine. Just let it happen.
Oh, I'll be here all night if you want to hang out.
All night.
Well, I guess
Upside
I'll be
down.
around
Night.
then.
Night.
And
What are the other two
her-
people at your party doing?
Her... Oh, I was gonna say her...
Watching.
Okay. Her
Aurelia's
cybernetic eye
drinking.
flashes red.
Feisty.
Mm-hmm.
You guys feel a silence wash over you.
Oh dear.
Roll
Vampire magic.
roll perception. Oh, the auditor is back. Roll perception, Abram.
Sorry, I crawled out of my skin.
Oh.
Get back, put it back.
I hate you.
Okay, Abram, you look to your right, and instead of, say, the normal guards with their halberds and shiny silver armor, you see the glowing blue eyes of an ISF trooper.
Oh no.
3 of them.
Inside?
They're coming inside.
Okay.
Oh
They're
no.
coming through the door.
Oh,
I
no.
grab
Hello?
Nyx
What
and
happened?
Aurelia.
What happened? What happened?
I look to
actually-
my right to where the door is. I see the glowing blue eyes of ISF troopers. 3 of them coming through the door.
Oh!
So I
Wait, we
grab
didn't
the
do
other
anything
2 by
wrong.
their shoulders and kind of move them deeper into the crowd.
Roll
Okay.
stealth.
Okay, hold on.
Roll
All
stealth
of
with
us, or-
roll. Yes, all of you roll stealth with advantage. Abram saw it before anything could happen.
14.
I don't even know where my roll is. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
20.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, you all just kind of hunker down immediately. Abram, you just straight up have gone into subterfuge mode,
I thought you were gonna say subhuman mode.
subhuman mode.
I mean,
You know, you just
Dirty
kind of like
genetics.
you blend in Assassin's Creed style to like the nearest table full of people, and they're all too drunk to notice, and you just kind of both all huddle all over. And Madras just kind of like they do the same thing actually. They sit at one of the benches immediately, and their expression goes from happy, excited, playful to just immediate somber, pretending to be drunk, hungover, tired. Everybody almost does the same thing. And the troopers, they walk around the room. No weapons drawn, just kind of walking. And one of them lays the hand on the shoulder of one of the bigger men and just kind of like lets it sit there and gives him like a quick, almost half-hearted massage, and then lets it go. And then continues to walk around the room. No noise, no voices, no screams, no orders, no gunfire. And then after about 3 minutes of this, Abram, you feel a strong grip on your shoulder. Do you do anything?
I don't move.
Okay. They give you like a little bit of a shake, and it seems almost like they're not checking for anything. It just seems to be like some kind of, know that I'm here. And then they let go and seemingly walk out the front door the way they came in, and slowly, one voice at a time, things begin to pick back up.
What
The
a bunch
ruckus
of
resumes.
Abram stays in spot. He's very, very tense. His head feels kind of fuzzy.
Are you drunk?
I didn't drink anything. Are you
Or
drunk?
your review. I don't
No.
know. Are you drunk?
No, he's not drunk. He's
Nix's-
just sitting there where he was.
Nyx is looking at her red drink.
Have you touched it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Blood.
I
But-
think you've escaped, unfortunately.
She's going to
Unfortunately.
give it a sip.
It tastes delicious. Rich and exorbitant. Not even that alcoholic. That
fuck?
alcoholic.
So it's
Just- it
watered
wasn't
down
allowed.
with something else.
And she looks back at Budress and says, "They've been holding out."
Well, I mean, it's the good stuff. And
Yeah,
we're,
right, it is.
we're not supposed to have it.
You're not supposed to have it?
Oh, well, I mean, the ISF captains won't miss it that much.
I see.
They wink at you, and then go back to drinking their own substandard tankard of ale.
You're an accomplice.
Oh no.
Aurelio backs away from you.
You've committed a crime.
Your horse reports you, and you are immediately sent to prison.
Oh god damn
Oh
it.
no.
What do? You three are free. What do you do?
Abram finally recovers from all that nonsense. Are you sure we want to stay here? It's obviously under the eyes of the ISF.
Well, we also don't have an option now, do we?
We could stay on the ship.
Sure, the whole place is. I mean, they're definitely gonna keep an eye on our ship, right?
I don't think they'll let us hang out in the hangar.
Yeah.
As long as we keep our noses clean and down, we should be okay.
Roll perception. Nix.
Great. 14.
You hear Madras under their breath very quietly, like they're not trying to be snide or like get you some kind of secret message. You just hear them like not even sorry, just oh, now you're learning how to speak Kelpie.
Let it be known that she is extremely fluent. I can speak Kelpie, but I can't act it. It seems.
Was that in character or was that just me the DM?
That was just me being.
Yeah, I thought so.
That flub was me being.
No, I didn't mean the flow. I meant the words that you said. Did Nix say
Yes.
them? Okay.
Yes.
They don't answer you.
I'm so scared. That message was so ominous for some reason. Alright, so I guess we're staying here. It's 3 credits for
3
whatever.
credits a night.
Per person!
Oh my god.
Unless
What if
you're
we all sleep
doubling
in
up.
the same room?
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
You damn penny pinchers.
I'm poor,
Got that right.
We're all poor.
but I'm poorer.
Okay, who's paying, or are we all giving one?
I don't have one anymore. I spent it on beer.
You had one left?
What else was I gonna do with it?
Where did your money go? I have like 60.
Oh no! Wait, no. I have 10 left. I'm sorry. I misread.
Oh my god, who's gonna pay? I'll pay for Aurelio.
We also
Yeah.
have the group funds.
He's so poor.
I can pay. I can
Those
put
are
in
for
one.
upgrades and
You put
shit.
in one, and then Nix puts in one, and then there we go. You got 3.
Okay, but I feel bad because you have so little.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
He made
We
his
all
bed.
pay
He's gonna
one.
lay in it.
I didn't make it.
He doesn't make his bed.
My puppies do that. That's what they're for.
Oh, they have little maid outfits. Alright. Where's our room?
Upstairs. Third door on the left. Don't make a ruckus.
I don't remember him saying that in Peter Pan.
What?
Let's go to our room.
Second star to the right.
Oh,
door's
okay. you go to your room and it's actually just
Oh,
one big bed.
Perfect. We can all sit on the bed for once.
I'll sleep at the foot of the bed like a dog.
Also perfect.
Nyx rubs her temples. I need a shower.
Okay.
Is there a
Ugh,
shower?
I don't know if the shower in this place will be.
Yeah, no, you open it up and it's just a standard stand-up shower. It's even smaller than the one on your ship.
Is it clean?
Now,
No.
if I were to put a black light over the entire
Don't.
room,
Don't do that.
The whole
Abram
thing
just puts a
lights
hand
up.
on her shoulder.
There's no part that doesn't light up.
Just close your eyes.
Okay, so I suppose you bathe yourself in the new world water that you have.
God.
Anything else? What's going on here? What's the plan, boys and girls? You got
All
some
right.
stuff
God, you
to
guys
do.
are cutting out so bad. I
I'm
can't
sorry,
hear anything.
Aurelia.
Aurelia.
We can hear you great if it's any consolation.
Yeah.
Only they could hear us say that.
Okay. Do you guys, I think that this might be a good place to stop, actually, because now we can take a moment to have you plan your stuff and then regroup with whatever you want to do. You're on a new world. Welcome to Lianne Fiale. It don't like you.
No, they're mean.
Welcome to Lianne Fiale. Now get out.